大家好，我是徐老师。今天我们来讲 AP Statistics。这里还有最后一部分 Study Design。大家也不知道有没有注意到，它应该是 Unit 3，但是我留着没有讲，因为这一章它主要是一个概念性的东西，没有涉及到任何数学的东西，就是一些概念，主要包括这个 Sampling Method 和这个 Experiment 如何做 Study。那大家这个其实自己去阅读就可以了。那至于具体的做题呢，我们还是来讲一下。好，我们看到这个。好，我们看第一题。A class was curious if the teacher could grade and return double-spaced paper faster than single-spaced paper. For a certain assignment, each student flipped a coin to determine if they would single-space or double-space their paper. The students agreed to all use the same font. The students who double-space received their grade paper back significantly faster than students who single-spaced. The class concludes that any teacher can grade and return paper faster if they are double-spaced rather than single-spaced. Why their conclusion not appropriate? 第一个 The study was observational。它这个主要是他们只测了这个 teacher 一个人的问题吧，然后他们 conclude any teacher， 这是个最大的问题。那我们往下看，他说The study was experiment, but didn't group students into blocks, didn't include any other their teacher。它确实是 experiment， 因为他们 flip a coin to determine if they would single space or double space， 它就相当于把他们分成两组了。既然分了组呢，我们就可以认为它是一个 experiment， 不是 observational， 那应该是 D。好的，他说看一下解答，他说 This is an experiment since each student will randomly assign a treatment, double space or single space. It's appropriate to make a casual conclusion, but their study only includes their teacher, so they shouldn't make a conclusion about any other teacher. 好的。第二个 There are 90 students in a lunch period, and 5 of them will be selected at random for cleaning duty every week. Each student receive a number of 1到90 01到90 and the school use a random digit table to select single random sample of 5 students. Which 5 students would be assigned cleaning duty? 那么它就是两个读的，第一个92放弃，第二个20，第三个09，第四个94放弃，01、54，然后47，所以答案应该是20、09、01。OK， 这个好的。看下一个，First-year students at a certain large university are required to live on campus in one of the 24 available residence halls. After their first year, students have the option to live away from campus, but many choose to continue living in their residence halls. E oversee 12 of these residence halls. Her department survey a large random sample of first-year students who live in those 12 residence halls about their overall satisfaction with campus living. E can safely generalize the result of survey to which population? E oversee survey a large simple random sample of first year who live in those 12 residents. 那么 all but only who those live in. 第二一肯定不对 only who surveyed. Only those students who surveyed. 那不是 population 啊。all first year student, but only those who live in these 12 residence halls。应该是这个。好的。M is a disease spread by malaria is a disease spread by mosquito， 就是蚊子。Research want to test a potential vaccine for the disease, so they plan on recruiting thousands of subjects from each of the 10 countries that are most affected by the disease. The researchers want to use a random block design where some subjects receive the vaccine and the rest receiving a placebo. Placebo 就是安慰剂的意思，就是我们在这一章里面这个词经常出现，就是做实验要一部分是 controlled 就是 receive vaccine， 另一部分就是安慰剂嘛 placebo， 这个我们大家应该比较熟悉。How should the researcher form the blocks？ 那么blocks 就是相当于把它分成若干个组，然后 where some have receive 他这里说 subjects with each block should live in the same country as each other， 就是按照 country 分成10个 block， 然后每个 block 里面取一部分人，每一个 block 里面分成 controlled 和 placebo， 这样应该是可以的吧，应该是这个。Should research form the block？ 他问的是 form the block， how to form the block？ 那应该是 A。我们看一下，他说 They should block subjects based on variables they know might impact the result of the experiment, like where a person lives. Each country should be a block, so some subjects in each country will get assigned to the vaccine, while others get assigned to the placebo. 好的。好，我们看下一个。An airline want to survey customer about their overall satisfaction. They take a random sample of 1000个 customer who have flown in the past month and email them a survey. The email also offers those who complete survey a 25 gift card and can be used almost anywhere. Which of these is the best example of non-responsible buyers? Non-response buyers. Non-response buyers 就是有很多人没有回复。那么它的意思，它这里说的是 satisfied customer might be less likely to complete survey than dissatisfied customer. People might feel pressure to say they are more satisfied than they really are. Some people might only complete survey for the gift card. 应该这是个最大的问题吧？这是 non-response buyers。或者 E 也有可能。The email also offers those who email them a survey。那如果没有填的，但这个呢没有填 email， 这个好像不是，我也不是很确定，看一下吧。我选 C 啊，果然错了，那可能是 E 吧。也不对，这个 email 那果然也不是。People might pressure to say they are more satisfied than they really are. 因为有 gift card， 那也有可能吧。也不是。Satisfied customers might be less likely to complete survey than dissatisfied customer. 是这个。This would be non-response, which is when people of interest can't be reached or refuse to participate. 所以这张都是讲概念性的东西，就比较讨厌。有些东西需要记的东西比较多。If satisfied customer opt out, then the survey results might suggest that customers are less satisfied overall than they really are。那看来这里这 gift card 没什么关系。他说的是，有些人他不愿意参加 survey。好吧。好，看下一个。The superintendent of a large school district is curious about the relationship when students' grades and their participation in extracurricular activities. They take a random sample of 500 students and find that students with more participation in extracurricular activities are far more likely to have high scores than students with little or no participation. Which conclusion can they draw from this study? 500个 random sample，他说第一个 ，For any two students in the study, the one who participate for any who， 那肯定不对。Any students in the study who participate had high grade， 那也不对，太绝对了。There was an association between, but it's not necessarily a causal relationship。他就说他们两个之间，在这两个数据之间是有联系的，但不一定是一个因果关系。causal 是因果的意思，那应该选 C， 对。好的，下一个 ，A college professor want to survey a sample of students taking her large lecture course. There are about 150 students in the course, and 10 of those students are graduate students. She wants to take a systematic random sample of 30个 students. 这里又是个概念 ，systematic random sample。什么叫 systematic random sample？ 就是说，他先选一个人，然后再往后面加个 k， 再选一个，比如说150个人给他编个号，先选比如说第2个，然后再加10个选第12个，再加10个选个第22个，这个叫 systematic。但这个 k 它是可以变的嘛？那在这里他想要选30个 student， 那这个 k 一般应该是加5吧，因为每次加5的话，差不多刚好选30个。所以 which of the strategy will accomplish her intended design？ 那应该是这个吧。Every 5 students randomly select one of the first 5 students to arrive to class, and every 5th student thereafter to take the survey. 好的。OK， 好。下一个，quality control engineer is curious about the thickness of paint on a car at her factory. She randomly selects 30 points on the car and measures the paint thickness at each of these points. Identify the population and the sample in this setting. The population is every possible point on the car. The sample is the 30 selected point. 这个是对的。A was curious about why people choose to skydive. She randomly selected 10 flights that were carrying skydivers and interviewed all of the skydivers on the flight about their motivation. What type of observational study is this? Retrospective study, prospective sample survey. Randomly select 10 flights, interview all of skydiver. A sample survey 吧。这个是事前的，这个是事后的，但这个就是应该是 C。好，看看他怎么说的。Sample survey, past, future. It's in an experiment. Interview didn't use data already exist, didn't follow people into the future, and she didn't assign people to fly. It's a sample survey. OK. 好， An insurance company wants to study whether offering incentives for preventative care reduce overall healthcare cost. They select a random sample of 200 of their customers. They use a random number generator to select 100 customer account number to offer the incentive. The remaining 100 customers assigned to the control group. What type of experiment design is this? Randomized block. 它没有分 block. Completely randomized 没有。What type of experiment design? Stratified 这个是 sample 的 method， 这个也不是 matched pair。Systematic 应该是 matched pair 吧，这个也不是特别确定。Each subject didn't receive the incentive and the control, so isn't matched pair. 那是哪个 ？Stratified 也不是。It's a sample method, not experimental design. 是的，这个刚才说的。Randomized block 也不对。One divided into group based on some variables. 它必须要 divide into block， 那也不对。Completely randomized. Study the example of completely randomized design. Since subject is randomly assigned to one of completely randomized， 这跟前面一个 complete 你搞错了。我们看一下他说的。他说 randomly assigned， 这个就叫 completely randomized design。OK。好，employee at a website want to select a sample of their user to ask for a donation. They randomly select one of the first 25 users each day and show them a message asking for a donation. They also show the message to every 25th user from that point on. 这个就是 what type of sample is this? Systematic. 对 systematic 就是每次加 k systematic。 对，好的。好，那我们今天就讲到这里吧，我们下次见，拜拜。